Okay, so this time we have finally been given a sponsor challenge, apparently. We got the best tires. Let's see if we can get some cool upgrades from this. And also additional money. It took a while to load. No, it's a course, alright. Alright, give me a second. I hate to keep pausing here, but things are happening. Okay, I warned that this is probably going to happen again soon. Anyways. Hello, Gibson. Your name seems familiar. This is a fast bike, jeez. I guess they give you a good bike for this sort of thing. Also, is this like specifically head-to-head course? I guess it is. That's cool. It's cool seeing a new kind of race like this. Don't know if I can get preload here. I guess this will show me fairly well whether whether this is a skill issue of mine when I have a hard time in races in this game, because in this case I am pretty much... Where's my lead? Because in this case I suspect we have the same bike. Oh, that's gonna ruin the whole thing. It's a good thing they do let you restart. It would be ridiculous if they didn't, considering that... it's your first time on this course. So, like, yeah, of course I'm gonna have to get used to how you do some of these turns and whatnot. So I guess the way this is set up is it's basically one big loop, actually, and incidentally two parts of that loop are like right next to each other. But the way that we have it set up is he kind of starts at the midway point in the race, and then I start at the beginning of the race, and each of us just has to do one full circuit. But since we're on opposing halves of the course, we both end up traveling the same distance and over the same terrain, just in different orders. The part is really narrow. I don't like that. Not so bad. Yeah, that was not hard the first time. They still have track your longest jump. That's kind of funny. Alright, so now we have an awesome exhaust. Do I not even have to buy it now? Yeah, just for you to equip. Awesome. Of course, it'd be better to have something like an engine, but that's probably in-game. Exhaust is probably a bit more... I don't think exhaust has the hugest impact on your performance. I assume the exhaust is only for the ATV, not for the bike. Let's just take a look if I can. So I go to the ATV here. Yeah, pretty marginal increase, but hey, it's something. So that's pretty good, because that's 13,000 we've had to pay to get a less effective exhaust. So it's like a vaguely like $20,000 value, to put it in advertising terms. they call it credits in this game. Yeah, it's like a 20,000 credit sort of, yeah, there's still credits like in the previous game. But, yeah, it's like a 20,000 credit part that probably isn't worth 20,000 considering how little it affects your stats. But still. And if I look at this thing, I assume I can't apply the upgrades that I have. It's like engine internals. Yeah, so this has to be bought separately. Exhaust is, yeah, that has to be unlocked separately. That's unfortunate. So I probably get different prototype parts depending on which vehicle I use. The good vehicles get better, basically. Okay, well, anyways, that's enough bike for the moment. Let's keep our truck stuff going. Capital T truck. Give me what? Just default to good tires, game. You don't have to do this. Okay. Do we want the good cornering truck? Yeah, we do. Of course we do. And now, what do we want to do regarding upgrades? We do have some cash to burn. All things considered, that's not that huge of a... well, no. What I want is... yeah, suspensions. Oh my god. So here's the thing. Game, I didn't do anything. So if I grab this thing... to avoid making the mistake I made with my bike, where I accidentally capped out my... I'll go change the vehicle here. Where I accidentally capped out my handling, it probably lost the benefits. Like, look at this. One doubles. Like, that's pretty fantastic. That feels worth buying for, like, anything. Max suspension feels like a great thing to buy for any vehicle, really. Yeah. I don't know if I want to upgrade the other stuff right now. But yeah, your corn can be increased massively compared to any other stat, which is worth acknowledging. So now I have this. Okay, so I can either have this thing with capped cornering, or this thing with still pretty decent cornering instead of really bad cornering. It's not that big of a... Actually, if you look at the raw numbers, the horsepower number changes a lot compared to how much the bar changes by. Honestly... and the cornering's the same. Yeah, let's keep the better horsepower of this thing. It's probably sufficiently good cornering. If I had to guess. I don't think having amazing cornering is probably necessary for buggies. Having fantastic cornering is really good for bikes and, you know, for light vehicles, I think. But I don't think it's necessary for a truck per se. You can get away with a little bit more sliding around. I guess another way of thinking of it is the way it works. It's just there's more leeway if you happen to slide a little bit. You don't lose as much speed, it feels like, if you slide a little bit in these things, whereas on an ATV it feels like if you lose your traction, it's just like you have to practically slow to a standstill before you're able to start gaining speed again. It's just I guess that's it. You can get your grip back without actually having lost all your speed in the truck. Getting a little tired of the generic, like, dirty, sandy area with, like, remnants of industry around it and a bunch of... Oh man, this thing. Yeah, I forgot. This thing does a lot worse than a buggy does. And a bunch of, like, trailers hanging around. Like, that's just... It's cool to see, like, once or twice, but I've gotten a little tired of seeing that decor around me. It's like... The different places I've been have not been that distinctive in this game so far. Aside from like one or two freestyle places, which were kind of cool. But yeah, really. Otherwise, I'm feeling so far like the different areas in this game, the different maps, feel a lot less distinctive than Off-Road Fury 3. Off-Road Fury 3, of course, had lots of very samey ones as well, but also very not samey ones on top of that. I think I just need to get used to being in the truck again. I got used to the buggy and how comparatively touchy it was. This thing, there you go, so I need to take turns more carefully like that. Once I do that, I think I can, once I made that adjustment, I think I can handle it just fine. Slipped a little bit there too, of course, but I got decent power to keep up my opponents on straightaways and whatnot, and and I have passable handling too, to take turns well. Is there much of a speed penalty for going through water like that? I can't tell. It never feels that bad. But there are placed in ways that would make you think that you're supposed to avoid it. Definitely feeling more strict competition here than I did back in the amateur tournament on the trucks. Like, it felt like nobody ever really gave me any meaningful competition in the trucks before now. That was an especially good way of taking that turn, but whatever. Something about that. Something about the sound design for going through the water doesn't sit right with me. I think the splash sound effect just lasts too long, or something like that. It really does feel like it's a recording of splashing through water, you know, with some effects applied to it, rather than sounding like a thing that's happening in the game world. We lost it there, play. Again, I think I'm just being a little bit too careless. Part of what I like about trucks in this is that you do have to be careful at how you steer them and how you take turns and whatnot. I find that enjoyable, having heavier vehicles that you have to take such care with. Hello. And so far I've been priding myself on actually being pretty good at this, as evidenced by me actually not having much trouble keeping up with and staying ahead of opponents. They're starting to give me a little bit of my money. I confess. Yeah, though, I am definitely getting convinced, seeing the stats of different vehicles and the upgrades you can do, that the way to victory in this game is probably to kind of ignore the vehicles that specialize in handling, because handling can be fixed. And if you, for instance, I guess another way of putting it is, if you fully upgrade a vehicle, you just take a vehicle, whatever vehicle, and you fully upgrade it, that vehicle compared to its base stats is going to have massively boosted handling and not that much boosted power. And if you get a vehicle whose base stats are already handling oriented or even balanced, what you're going to end up with is a vehicle that has crazy handling, easily hitting the cap, at which point you're just wasting it, and not that much power. So it feels like the winning way of doing things, if they can't break that safety rail there, seems like the winning combination is a powerful vehicle which has poor-ish to mediocre handling naturally, and then you upgrade that to get really good handling. on top of it, you know, compared to what I had before. And then you have pretty balanced stats, or maybe a little bit of an edge in handling, while also being really powerful. I don't know why it is that way. It wasn't that way in Opera Fury 3. Different stats just being so differently upgradable to different degrees is just strange to me. I don't see why you'd want that to work that way from a gameplay standpoint. Yeah, see, I feel like I'm running through this pretty well now. Might need a roll cage or something, but otherwise, handled that pretty well. I feel like I should have got more points for style at the end there, honestly. I feel like that was a pretty flashy display at the end. Oh well. No one's gonna offer me a little prototype part here. It's funny to me how in lots of fiction, including this apparently, prototype just means superior for no given reason. Especially in this game, where I feared that prototype parts would be like related to the story or something, like someone makes some like off-market really good parts or something. But no, it's just like, it's just a thing you unlock. Whatever. Okay. Oh, well, the episode's not recorded today. I thought I had that open. That's the third one for today. Okay. Alright, so I'll see everyone next time when we do the last two events, I guess. I guess I'll... Oh wait, is there something I haven't... Supercross National... Oh, I haven't done National Heavy yet. Okay, well that will probably be Truck again. And we'll also do Bike Supercross. I think we'll do a little bit more Truck. I think we'll do a National in the Truck. Yeah, it is the same... It's the same map, supposedly, or at least it has the same name. I have a feeling that it's not the same courses. I guess we'll find out now. And by now I mean now for me and next video for you guys. Bye everyone.